Hi there, Dannie here. In today's video we're going to look at 10 different ways that you can fill up your sketchbook. I'm hoping they'll put some zing back into your creative day. And with that said, let's get started. For the first exercise we have combining images and text, and this is personally one of my favourites. So when I was away in Portugal, my partner wanted me to write a quote on the side of the van, so I made this template. And what I did was I just did a sheet where I put lines of different coloured markers, and then the template, which was technically waste, I just glued in and made this amazing spread which I just kept looking at. The little cutouts I actually then used in my other works, and you can see it here where I'm using text with an image, and this is a different variation. The second one we've got is fan art, and this is another favourite of mine. So here we have Animal Crossing. This was just after the game came out, and I stuck in like the piece of paper that I'd eventually be working on and wrote down all the different marker colours that I was going to use. So I knew exactly what I was doing, and it must have filled up about 10 pages of my sketchbook. And they may only be concept drawings, and a lot of them I didn't use, but I still like looking at them now. So the third one we have is contour line drawing, and this is literally something you can do in a matter of seconds really. Takes no effort at all, and they're absolutely amazing to do. I love the look of them, have no idea what I can possibly do after they're done, colouring in wise or whatnot, but I just love them. They look really funky. Some of them look a bit creepy, especially these portraiture ones that I did, but I love them, and they are a really good exercise for training your hand-eye coordination. So the fourth one we have is a game per se. So it's if were a So in this example here, I usually do it with somebody else. So my partner, it were a vegetable, he'd be an onion in this one. And you basically draw the aforementioned vegetable or tool or toy as I show you here, and then you explain why. And it's a really fun exercise to do. The sixth one is the no eraser challenge, and my partner actually introduced me to this because I am very heavy-handed with my eraser, and to the point where I damage my paper sometimes. So this is really good for making you more mindful of your marks. And this is the piece that I did from it. It's from Spyro. The seventh one is draw-a-thon. So you've heard of the 100 head challenge, or like the 100 hand challenge, or it's just basically you draw a lot of a given subject, and by the end of it you will improve. So in this one I'm showing you ones of portraiture, and I've done them in graphite, I've done them in alcohol markers, and personally I found that the ones where I'm drawing someone I know, in the last two, my partner and his dog, more enjoyable because you can relate to them. This part as well, it doesn't have to be portraits. I mean, I love dogs, so I just went through this period of drawing dogs right before work, and it was really cathartic and really fun, and I could just keep going and going and going. Number 8, plan to do to build. So I'm of the opinion that your sketchbook should be for everything. If it isn't, and it's more for finished pieces, I tend to get more precious with it, which is not the purpose of a sketchbook. It's to get you drawing every day and to unload your brain onto paper. So that's exactly what I do. For those that have time and have projects, it's a great way to combine your practice with your everyday life. And of course you can write down your goals as well. So it's not just about writing down things that you plan to build, but also plan to do. Number 9, almost there, is to draw your day. So this is a great way for, those of us that aren't feeling very creative or have a very specific thing in mind that they want to draw. This third one, I challenged my partner to draw his name with his feet, and we both ended up doing it, and then I ended up covering it up with this painting that I did of him. These pages are great because when you see them, you remember the day that you did them, and reminding yourself that art doesn't always have to be so serious. So this is kind of like an 8.1. This one's kind of a combination of the draw your day and the fan art, because you basically illustrate yourself in a given scenario, and the painting in the top right hand corner of the screen is actually what it turned into. So the 9th one is just to stick pieces of paper into your sketchbook, which you will then work on. So if you've got a sketchbook and it's just got white pages in it, it can be a bit dull. So I save scrap pieces of packaging paper, and I just rip them up into odd shapes, stick them into my sketchbook, and then draw on top of it. And it adds a bit of colour, adds a bit of texture, because you never know what mediums these papers will take. I just really enjoy it. And it's good for the environment because you're recycling the paper. So our final one is the easiest and most satisfying, and it's swatches. So they always say to test your materials on the paper you're using before you do anything with it. And it's a good way to fill up a page and actually have no brain power in it whatsoever, but it is immensely useful and practical for you. So here I've just swatched my pencil crayons and my alcohol markers, and they look fabulous. So that's the 10 ways to fill up your sketchbook covered. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to. I hope this video inspired you to do any number of the exercises that I've shown. Stay tuned for future ones. Until then, stay creative. Bye.